Hello, Aries, to a timeless love variant reading where we discuss however love may be absent or present in your life, or you may just be here because you caught a vibe and seeing whether or not anything within the storytelling time is yours. Please bear in mind a few details while we get ready for your reading. I am Master 7th, aka 7th, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who she is, what she's all about, and what I have to offer, there is a link in the description box below. However, for some insight, I am a master healer that provides remote wellness and tarot intuitive insights. There are other various links within the description box below to help you navigate this channel and gain access to my sister channel. For this reading, we'll provide you universal justice if you're here in Aries being your sun rising and or Jupiter position. However, with me, should it be anywhere else that you are aware of? Oh, shit. Shit. Just shit, okay? Just shit. Aries, if y'all been back in my reading, I mean, I'm y'all already know. If y'all have been here, y'all already know what's about to pop off. Y'all already know. Just zhuzhing it all the way. Zhuzh. All right? Like I was trying to say. This reading may provide you universal justice if Aries is found in your sun rising and or Jupiter position. Should it be anywhere else in your chart that you're aware of, you may be in search of emotional redemption, or just in general could benefit from the content over on my sister channel. And the description box will have a link to gain access over yonder. All right? Now listen, Aries. If you, seriously, this is 12:12 and I'm looking at the clock. All right, now, timeless message, y'all. And hold on, let me finish the disclosure. This is not a one-to-one reading, all right? This is a general collective insight. And use your discernment to travel the whole storytelling time using taking what is yours, leave the rest behind, all right? Now, in all seriousness, there is something that you need to at least vibrationally tap into. Whether you believe in consciousness and subconsciousness and whatever, higher self and all that jazz, is really irrelevant. Because whatever brings you here to any of your Aries sun sign readings, to any reader who says, this is a reading for Aries sun, you're entertaining the ego too much instead of learning how to discipline it. And the disciplining will not come in how you learn yourself how to discipline other people and how they should more or less adapt to your ways. It isn't about disciplining yourself enough to get that money in your pocket and be the leader that you're inundated to be. This is about disciplining where the ego gets birthed from. Because that's more or less the continuous cycle of what is being like dangled in front of your face as hear me, see me, I'm a lion, hear me roar kind of energy. Yet it's not being taken seriously. And it could be because of naivete. It could be because of whatever the fucking excuse is. Whatever the story is, whatever the explanation is. But I have to be clear. If you're here within this bubble of this channel, listening to your reading, and your placement of Aries is in sun, rising, and or Jupiter position, and you just go to every type of reader there is, and you click on the readings that say Sun, Aries, Sun, Aries, Sun, Aries, and you feel still impartial with how serious you can take tarot, what's really yours, like, don't click on something and then gaslight yourself because you don't find a certain word or two inconvenient for what you were in search of. Because that's where this fucking card that I'm saying shit to consistently is popping up in your goddamn reading, and it is driving everyone within this bubble of consistent annual. This is going over a year, y'all. Okay, this doesn't even matter anymore what calendar you think a year is. It is too long. It is too long that the Hermit card Virgo comes up in your reading. It's too much. It's too much, y'all. It's too much. It's too much gaslight. So, like quite literally. Okay? So, all that to say, if you're going to take in the confirmation of whatever it is that you're looking for on this channel, understand universal justice within this channel, as I disclosed already as a reader, what I'm reading for and what this reading will provide for you, doesn't care about your emotions. So she will not dictate your life to appease your emotions. For that, you might take something as opportunistic and say, oh, it fed my emotions. To that, she gets no credit for delivering that. Because that's where she will say, well, congratulations for making a decision. So emotional redemption is not what Sekhmet is all about. She will tickle you. She will make it look like it is the gem of all gems. She will dangle the shit like it's a diamond, knowing that the real value is not a diamond. Because she knows her sister energy, which is Bastet. And I don't think that you, Aries, for the majority of however long this has been haunting you, you are not listening to the sister energies of emotional redemptions within yourself enough for this reading to pick that up and let it go and not bring the emotional redemption. Emotional redemption. God damn it. Woo! Seriously. I will only be convinced if the majority of the people who follow this channel, and I don't give a lick about it. I don't care how many it is, but I will know if that one person finally has decided to check out the sister energies of my other channel. Because all your readings will say, check out the sister energies in the description box below. And if you decide not to discipline your ass, to take your ass over there and to listen to just one reading, to understand what that search is for yourself, to be able to have a variety of more options, I guess. I don't know, but there needs to be a split down that middle. All right, and well, y'all, welcome to Hermit energy. Virgo is loud in the room. All right, Virgo and the Sun energy. Virgo to me as a reader, for those of you who are new, is for me the galaxy energy of the tarot. Yes, I have changed the major arcana frequency to state a different game. It is not yet available to you, since there's a major capsule of trying to get shit in order. It'll be right in due time. Ether is no longer interested to waste her time. So she's going to keep that shit nice and locked up until the world has changed. The most empathic, sensitive people of the time of this generation of lifetimes, recent centuries, have lived with a secret, and that secret made them feel like they need to question that secret within themselves every time they stepped foot out into society. Had a naysayer, had someone who is just not believing what it is that they believe in. For me, it's people not believing myself when I said I was in pain when I was younger. Like, I'm neurotic, hypochondriac, just looking for some shit. No, that wasn't. Read the description box if you need to not know a little bit more detail, okay? But that's not the point. The point is that the rainbow children have started making their wave, entering into this galaxy of existence, and they maintain a secret, and that secret is through eternal vibration. This eternal vibration is consistently an attack and animosity towards the non-Christic vibration. And when I'm saying Christic, I'm not a religious nerd. I've never read a crack of a Bible or a scripture of any kind to maintain the sustenance of the ego that I have, more or less. So come at me if you want to. Yet, to be consistently interested in a narrative that is not yours is why majority of the Ether 1111 has been in a convoluted mess. And then for those interested to participate in a life that is more entertaining because it's a secret vessel kind of in their own world of silence that not everybody, if anyone, besides a really fucking good medium of some kind, can understand, oh, there's a world happening within your world. Tell me about it. Because I see that you can see something. And if that real recognizes real, we haven't become enemies. The only place where enemies lie is when a person can't justify what another person is thinking. And I think that's ludicrous. That's absolutely insane. Orange will always have to accept that she will be next to red and in between fucking like some version of red and yellow. There's a symbiosis of magic happening there that is inevitable, and it can be attacked. However, it can also be sustainable. And that vibration is what is trying to be unleashed with you. But if your ego is just dancing around wanting to see the opportunistic things in life and pretending like you're doing things, that sister energy from taking the messages, at least from this energy, which is going to be for this title of the channel, Sekhmet's energy, she's gonna come in and make you feel very isolated in certain parts in your life where you're not going to understand anything, because what you're supposed to be doing in that moment is to understand yourself. But that means going into this energy and believing in this energy, compromising with this energy, being open with this energy, not having secrets, testing truth, living in honesty. Oh, Lord. So, I mean, at this point, I really don't know. Yeah, I really don't know what to say, because it's too much you needing to understand what your intuition is trying to tell you as to why you're really good with your fucking ego. But at the same time, your ego sometimes turns around and looks at you and is like, I don't know if we're going to be the happiest with this decision. And then all of a sudden you feel like guilty, and then you're all of a sudden fragile to the emotions, and then someone is like, why are you so fragile? You're a leader for the group. Chariot energy. All major arcanas taking the lead once more of your reading. There has to be some form of redemption happening here. Redemption of you not living in lies. Are you creating a life hidden behind white lies? Because this is a lot of white lie energy. You intend well, you mean well, you're not meant to hurt anybody. You're following a notion and going with the motion of emotions of the ocean and exploring, adventure, socializing, work, whatever life throws at you, to be understanding what a kingdom is. You want to make kingdom come, okay? And more, but at the same time, you're so damn greedy. And that's, again, either comes in and Doesn't give you the tower moment because you see, you understand. But there's a level of gaslighting that you're not doing because there's secrets either here from childhood secrets, and not necessarily done the harm onto you, but maybe you were a witness to something. There's a lot of sadness hidden underneath here, all right? Like a lot of sadness. Some of you are spiritually bored. How does that even, how did that, what? Spiritually bored, how does that even, Ten of Swords, oh, Jesus Christ. Someone's religion is not serving them any good anymore. Maybe tarot is also not serving you any good anymore, and that's because of the whole obsession with the sun sign, okay? Like when I was 15, 20 years ago, if I started talking about the zodiac signs, people looked at me like I'm cross-eyed, like I'm fucking like crazy for bringing this shit up either at any time of space. It was like my closet religion because I'm like, oh, I guess I can't talk about this, you know? And so I'm not an astrology reader now because I'm adamant to not having like neurotic obsessions in life and using that as cop-outs to not face life, to not face people, not face emotions, and take the more or less the easy way out. It took an Aries to tell me the code of fake it till you make it. And then I wonder, is this applied to all Aries? And then it would be wrong for me to say, well, all Aries are thinking like that, you know? Because it is wrong. It is be arrogant and naive to think that way. And if you go into something new and you only take in something that makes you feel good, it's gaslighting the whole echelons of opportunity of something. For example, you know, this isn't an attack about, because I'm like that. This isn't an attack of like people who are a master of several traits, the jack of all trades. Because I believe in a beauty behind that, for sure. Yet I'm more so talking about the rhythm of the relationship between two transactional variables, where the transaction is an art of sharing. So let's say you, Aries, know somebody who's an artist. You yourself is not an artist, but the artist is an artist. And they're a painter. And let's say they, I'm almost losing it here. But let's say they have a certain type of style that they are typically drawing in. And then you say, oh, it's good. And maybe they're impacted by something. Maybe it's impacted by what you said that, you know, like, oh, it's good. Like, yeah, it's nice, whatever. And then maybe it triggered the artist to do something else. Or maybe it was just opportunistic or just something new. Anyway, the point is, the same artist paints in a completely different style, changes it up, and you gravitate to saying, oh, that's really nice. You just really just concentrate on that. What's happening here is that the person, the artist, began something and had their vision and shared it with you, more or less. Maybe, who knows, could be in the ambiguous question of making an ass of myself, jumping to that conclusion. But maybe they were sensitive to the idea of criticism, that you were like, oh, yeah, it's good, you know? Like, they didn't feel validated in that moment. And then they do something else, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's what we want to see. But the we is you saying that you like that, and you're not the painter. And what happens to the individual who is the artist is that they're not really, they've become shackled, in my opinion, in that quick analogy. They've become shackled because they're trying to emote, and they thought of one niche, now that they all of them, a version of themselves came out in that project. They didn't get the validation that they got. They tried to appease someone, perhaps in this example, definitely someone else. And only then was the validation that, yeah, you should do this. But maybe the secret behind that person is that they just wanted to try something else. They really liked the first way they drew. Would you be okay with that? Would you show the same type of love, Aries, for someone who's like, yeah, I get it. I love that you like this about me, but I'm going to go back to the way that I really feel I need to end this project. Like, do you have the patience for that? Do you have the patience for people to be just as fickle as you because you did the same thing? You were like, and then, oh, like, you know, and it's like the extroverted energy of what you can do that as Aries to every other fucking sign, we're like, whoa, to your energy. Because it's that, like, extrovert. It's that loud to be able to trigger parts of our ego where the ego is going to turn around and be like, did you hear the message? Yeah, I heard the message. How we're going to operate, what we're going to do, where we're going to let go of, what we're gonna hustle about doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not good, but blah blah blah, blah. You know what I gotta do? I know, right? I mean, like, I know how we're gonna do this. So the ego turns around and has a conversation with you, and if at all any of this resonated, then you're afraid for that ego of yourself to turn around and start having a fucking conversation with you. Okay? But damn it, it's damn fucking necessary at this goddamn point. All right? You're trying to end shit deeply, cunningly, all right, desperately. If there is a way, something's gotta happen. And if I can't get to you because you don't want to make that one-to-one, at least try to see if you can go to the description box, click on a sister channel, and take one of her energies in. All of it is timeless, all right, in the slightest. And it ends up with a little crack that you can just weasel and finagle your way in there without really having to do much. Okay? is the point. Is the point to all this shit at the end of the day. Man. Some of you are really like putting your money in like in some interesting things, you know? And the Virgo energy be like, yeah, though, but do you need that? A lot of people think Virgo energy is cheap. No, we ain't cheap. We ain't cheap. There's nothing cheap about understanding how to walk with the galaxy. The galaxy in that point was looking like, why are you making everything a fucking price tag? Explain that one. If the galaxy puts y'all out here and shit's supposed to be free, how are we living in existence where it's not? That ain't being cheap making that fucking point. That's being all real. The problem is, to get it to that cheap consistency ain't cheap. Ugh, 23 minutes. Much longer than I wanted to be in the reading, I tell you. Oh, Lord. The devil, and the Five of Swords. We don't want this energy, but you need to understand that you need to bring in emotional redemption in your life. You need to look at it. You can still maintain the same strong, passionate Aries quality. It's the loudest aspect of yourself, right? As a sun sign. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Oh, as I put my arm down, and this card must have been on the top of the deck because it flipped over. The Moon. What are you afraid of? It's very clear what you're afraid of. You're afraid of all this. It's very clear. None of this looks good. Exposing a secret, changing lies, being emotionally available, triggering your deepest wounds so that you can face them finally. You know, this is not a slap in the face for those people who've been trying, but a lot of this energy says that you have not. The people with addictions in this, because this is very addictive energy here. The people who have struggling addiction, if this is you, Aries, as well, or you know somebody, those are usually highly intellectual individuals Ten of Swords energy, that do not know how to process their emotions, and their ego that doesn't understand how to cater to their light and darkness within comes with destructive viewpoints by others because they're misunderstood energy. Ether sees them as highly vibrational individuals that are on a quest to try to understand something. And usually in the quest with the universe backing them up, they feel usually the fucking safest, which is why they keep going to the addiction at hand. But society teaches them living in that type of energy is not conducive, is not helpful, is not healthy for the human wanting to have this experience, who relies on the earthly energies and the sustenance to maintain mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Diving too deep in this type of energy and remaining there is how they then get translated into remaining in this energy, where we then end up losing these individuals. And that is blasphemous behavior for the galaxy card to continuously see. Individuals go to communities with addictions and are still lost. And that is a blasphemous situation, a blasphemous call out to the galaxy to be like, well, how the fuck am I going to get to you all if even communities, people are leaving the fucking communities still broken? We have to come up with a better game-changing fucking plan. And more or less, think about 2020, where it provides 2020 vision without us ever having to wonder what kind of PTSD that is. That's how real and loud the hermit energy is. For me, 7th, the reader that I am, for this channel and my sister channel. The shit is lying personally within ourselves, physically, emotionally, and mentally, and esoterically. We get to dance with what is inevitable and try to bring reason to it, try to bring balance to it, and in doing so, being perfect in the design of never needing to have the finite truth. But at least if we live in honesty, you'd be surprised at the miracle work that happens. Alright, I gotta get out of this reading. Hold on. Let's get you some more. Let's try to get some positive vibes here. Alright, we have courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. And peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Try and see if you can be mindful of these colors, because they will help you clear the energy of how to get closer to this hermit energy and feel the shift of a new lesson perspiring within you without having to more or less really see anyone and get a one-on-one, because the answer lies within the galaxy and you are part of the galaxy. So there's nothing that you cannot unlock. So maybe this will help you, these colors, boosting this frequency that needs to be boosted within you. And also this color. Alright, with that, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.